I look at you guys' Instagram page and I don't see not a lick of branding. I don't see no colors. I don't see a logo. I don't see labels on your products when you're promoting them. That is not going to build trust. Hi you guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are going to continue our series talking about how to start a skincare business. This is episode 4 and we're going to be talking about branding, which is literally like my favorite thing to talk about. Just being in like digital marketing and being a brand strategist, like I just love creating like graphics, using colors and things to help people like market their business. That's one thing that I always tell people about. Like when it comes to like Instagram, like it's okay to have an aesthetic. Not everybody has an aesthetic on Instagram. Just imagine someone coming to your Instagram page and discovering just based off your aesthetic, like, oh my God, like they're amazed by like the colors you use, like the graphics you use, the fonts and things like that. That's branding. Like that's saying like that's my identity. That's how I'm showing up on social media. So imagine going to somebody's Instagram and just being super amazed by like their branding to the point where you don't even know what they sell just yet, but you're just so amazed with their branding, their content and everything. So that can literally make or break your brand. Branding can make or break your brand, okay? It can literally make somebody say hell yes or hell no to whatever the hell you're selling. You get what I'm saying? So we are going to get right into this video. Like I said, this is my favorite thing to talk about and my favorite thing to do. If you guys did not know, I do have a membership program, and in the teamwork and even in the social media aspect of things, like I'm able to be hands-on with business owners. So I'm super excited to like be able to create graphics for them and just create like a visual and curate just something that people are just going to be wowed by. Okay, like you want to wow people before they even try your product. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I'm super excited about. We do still have seats available if you guys are interested. I am a woman of many things. So content creation, whether that's graphics, editing, creating content, recording, all of that good stuff. I am really great at it, and seats are filling for the membership program. So I highly recommend you guys join or just join the wait list so that you guys can join when we do open up again for the membership program. But let's get right into this video. If you guys do not know who I am, my name is Zahria. I am the owner and creator of ohbuttah, which is a body care brand where you feel the butter difference. So yeah, let's get right into branding. Okay, by definition, branding is a process of creating a unique identity for a product, service, or messaging, an overall image that is just different from your competitors, you know? So you want to establish a strong connection with consumers, build trust, build loyalty by conveying values, qualities associated with your brand. And yeah, it's ultimately like a great way to like market yourself. Like if you have really great branding, you can market yourself. Like you can literally have an aesthetic. Like I said before, when we first started the video, like I said before, just having an aesthetic can literally just make people want to buy your product. Like your product could literally be trash, but because of your branding, people are just so like hypnotized by whatever color, whatever logo, however you're showing up online. Like people are just absolutely amazed by that. Okay. So I picked a few examples for this video. My first example is Sniff, which is the perfume brand, and I absolutely love their branding, especially whenever they do a campaign. I love how you can literally like go on their Instagram and You can see all of the perfumes that they ever released. You can see all of their campaigns. And during whatever period of time that they have a campaign going, you can go to their Instagram page and you'll be able to see that campaign. You guys can see like where they're like having a campaign, when they're doing their next campaign and things like that. Like, I like how their Instagram is looking. I like their feed. I even like I didn't message them, but I like tagged them, and I was just like, I absolutely love like whoever is doing the social media, because they're doing such a phenomenal job. And they were like, oh my God, like, thank you so much. Like, they replied back. So I absolutely love like just their branding, how they're like telling their story, how they're like just marketing their perfume. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a story to tell. It's an aesthetic. They like collab with other people, like they collab with influencers to do campaigns, or like they have like photo shoots and things like that to just bring this perfume to life, so that you're able to like envision how this would smell. Like, say for instance, they have a perfume and it's like, you know, beach vibes and things like that. So you'll see a campaign of them going to like the beach, and you'll see like just a beach vibe on their whole like feed of just aesthetics and branding. Like, I just love it. Absolutely love it. And so one of our other examples is Pretty Girl Beauty. If you guys are in the skincare space, body care space, a lot of you guys already know who Pretty Girl Beauty is. So I absolutely love her branding. Like, she inspires me so much. Like, because I think she's always done branding the right way, with the pink, like just being different. And it irks me so bad when I see like other people like copy her brand and things like that, because it's like her stuff is so unique. It's like, oh my God, like she thought of this and she executed it. And like, I just love it. Like, even with her body butter jars, like the top, the lid are, engraved. I don't want to say engraved, but it has her logo on it, literally. So I absolutely love that. Like, I love that, you know, that's branding right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you take what is it? If you take a bottle, like even with Salt XO, like with their rebrand, like instead of having like, oh, clear plastic bottles and then you put the label on there, now people are starting to get like the bottles printed on. You know what I'm saying? And that's a way to be different in the industry. I hope this is making sense, okay? But just your packaging, your branding, all of that good stuff goes into play when it comes to marketing and branding your business, okay? You guys need to take a look at these two examples that I told you guys about, and really just figure out how can you be different in like whatever industry that you're in, or whatever space you're trying to be in, if you're not trying to be in the skincare space, because you can use these tips for any and every business. And another example that I wanted to give you guys is like, when you go to the grocery store, if you go to the, whether that's like the skincare aisle, body care, hair care, when you go to those aisles, you never see a product that looks like another product. Okay? Even if it does look like another product, it's probably a dupe of the product that's not being sold in that store. You know what I'm saying? So there's things like that you have to really pay attention to. There's too many of us in this space that like have similarities to each other. Like, what's making us different from the next brand? Like, what's going to make somebody say like, I want to be a part of this brand? I like their branding. Their branding makes me feel good. Their products makes me feel good. So I want to stick with this brand. I want to be loyal to this brand. I can recognize this brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when like other people, going back to what I said originally, like even when other people copy Pretty Girl Beauty, like her branding, like I can always tell when somebody's like stealing from her brand, stealing her ideas, or like being inspired by her ideas. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that. Like, that you don't want to like cross boundaries on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to look like another brand. Do not look like another brand. Okay? Like, nobody wants to find your brand and it looks like somebody else's brand. Like, I don't know. For me, it's just cringy for me. I don't know. Other people don't care. But for me, it's like, oh my God, you're one of those. But going back to my notes, branding is what makes your brand different from other brands. Like I said, imagine going to the store and you're seeing other brands look the same. Like, you're not going to know which brand to choose. You're not going to know which brand is the right fit for you. You know, things like that. Like, you don't know which brand is going to resonate with you if everything just looks the same, you know? So with branding, like I said, you want recognition. So a logo, your colors, your design. Like, it is a really great idea to work with like graphic designers so that they can bring your vision to life. Say, for instance, you are inspired by Pretty Girl Beauty. You can take her as inspiration and go to a graphic designer and say like, hey, I really like how this brand makes me feel. Like, I like how it's girly. Could you like create this in my own vision? And they will be able to do that. They literally will be able to do that. If they are creative, they will be able to bring your brand to life. I've literally seen graphic designers really like execute branding to a T. Like, I'm going to put another example of this other graphic designer that I decided to follow recently. And I don't really like promoting people on my platform because I never worked with them personally. So I don't want to ever like promote somebody and then you guys go and work with them and then like y'all have a bad experience. But not saying that this is with this person. But I saw the way she like rebranded a skin. I think it was like a hair care or a hair care or a skincare. She rebranded a hair care or skincare brand, and the way she brought that vision to life for them was like chef's kisses. Like, it was perfect and I absolutely loved it. And I think that's probably why I ended up following her and I reposted it on my story because it was perfect. I loved it. So like I said, work with graphic designers to bring your vision to life, or if you're creative, bring your vision to life in a different way. Like, look at your competitors. We talked about this before. Look at your competitors and see what could be doing differently than them. You know, like, you want your brand to be different. You want people to be like, oh, well, I'm inspired by this brand because they did this, they executed this, so they did a really good job with this. So that's something that you guys want to think about. And then with branding, you also are building like trust and credibility. This is another big thing. Like, when brands end up rebranding, a lot of consumers do not like that because they're so used to a brand looking a certain type of way. Like, for me, when I rebranded my business, I know for a fact I lost customers because when I was using fragrance oils and things like that, I'm like, I don't want the fragrance oil to have like, I don't want my body care products to have the same name as the fragrance oil. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm buying something from, okay, so if I am buying Latafa Yara or something like that, I don't want my product to be named Latafa Yara. Like, I want it to be named something else, you know? Like, I want to be creative. So that was something else that I kind of rebranded that a lot of people probably were like a little bit confused about because I had a fragrance oil called Velvet Sugar, and then I decided to rename it Main Character Vibes because I just wanted my brand to have more personality. Like, people like that, honestly. Like, even though I lost customers along the way, new people have come along and they're like, oh my God, like, how do you think of the names for your products and things like that? Like, I absolutely love it and all of that good stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you want to build trust and credibility. Like, people need to be able to recognize your brand. Like, even if you put your brand in stores, people need to be able to be like, oh, that is Zahria's brand. That is Obutta. That is what I'm looking for. Grab it off the shelf and go, you know? Things like that. Another thing branding is good for is that emotional connection. Like we said, like, trust, credibility, emotional connection. Perceived value. So people are probably ready to buy whatever you're putting out. Like, as long as the branding looks good, they are willing to buy it. You know what I'm saying? If the branding is good enough, if it looks like quality, they are willing to buy it, you know? So that is why branding is so important. Like, sometimes I look at you guys' Instagram page and I don't see not a lick of branding. I don't see no colors. I don't see a logo. I don't see labels on your products when you're promoting them. That is not going to build trust in your community. You want to have some type of aesthetic. You want to have branding. Like, that's what most people call it. Like, they call it an aesthetic. You need some type of aesthetic. You need some type of branding, okay? You also build customer loyalty. You're able to market yourself. You're able to communicate, like, your mission, your core values. Like, you just look like, when you have branding, you just look like you're showing up for a job interview and you're dressed professionally. You know what I'm saying? So that's what branding is all about. Just showing up professionally, like making people like so hypnotized and so obsessed with like your brand. And it doesn't matter like the colors. Like, it doesn't have to be colors where people are just like absolutely obsessed with. Like, if you want your brand to be cozy, warm, like just give you that brown sugar loving, you know, then I would go for like brown. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go for like natural, like just green, like that's what I think of when I think of natural. Like, I would go for like green and things like that. Even though my brand is like natural ingredients and things like that, which I did have green as my branding before, but I switched over to pink because I don't know, pink was more like girly, like a girl's girl, like, you know, like it just gives a nice vibe. Like, you guys like the pink, you know, like you get hypnotized by the pink. And there's different shades of pink as well. Like, if you guys do pink, there's different shades of pink to do. Like, you don't always have to do the same pink that everybody else is doing, you know? So there's things like that. Even think about, like, while we're talking about colors, even the psychology of colors is a big thing, you guys. So with the psychology of colors, you can influence behavior, emotions, and perceptions, okay? It's a great tool in marketing and branding to invoke different emotions and reactions, right? So like with red, when you think of red, you think of passion, energy, excitement, love, danger, urgency. And sometimes, I guess from my notes, red is, it stimulates appetite, which is usually used in food logos. When I think of red, I think of like Coca-Cola. Orange is like creativity, warmth, fun. So like when I think of orange, I think of Nickelodeon when they talk about creativity, fun. Yellow is happiness, is cheery. So you think of like McDonald's. Blue is trust, calm. So like that would be a really good color for like, if you're wanting to promote like wellness, mental health, things of that nature. I feel like blue would be a really good color. Green is nature, health, growth, wealth, balance. Purple is luxury, spirituality, creativity, mystery. Black is power, elegance, sophistication. White is purity. It's simple, it's clean. And then gray is like neutral, balance. So there's so many different like colors that you guys can like research and figure out like which one resonates with you. Like, do you want your brand to be fun? So for me, like I've been thinking about incorporating more orange into my brand, like pink and orange, which is like fun, feminine, like, you know, and that just, I think that just resonates with me as a person. Like when it came to my content, like I'm fun, like I'm a girl's girl, and it's like I'm fun. I do funny content, I do silly content. So that's what I want my community to be about. So think about how you want your brand to show up online, how you want people to perceive your brand. You need to think about what's your mission, what's your core values, and then figure out like what colors do you want to choose for your brand, okay? And you need to stick with branding. That's what a lot of people are kind of missing when it comes to promoting themselves. Like, where is your branding? Where is the colors? What is your bio telling us that you do? Where is the website? Where is the labels? Like, where is everything? Like, where's the branding? I think that's a big thing that people miss all the time is the branding. Like, where is your branding? And you can always change your branding. Like, I'm always going to tell you guys that you can always change your branding. You do not need to stick with the same thing. It's not a contract. If you ever want to change your colors or switch things up, rebrand or whatever, you guys can always do that. Like, you're not signed or bound to anything. So always think about that, you guys. But like I said, you guys, branding is super duper 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 important, okay? I'm not gonna say it's more important than the product, but for the most part, it's how you're going to show up for your brand, okay? Like, it's how you're going to have people perceive your brand. So definitely take the time to curate ideas, colors, logos, and things like that. And like I said before, if you do not know where to start or anything like that, then definitely reach out to a graphic designer. I am not a graphic designer, you guys. Okay, I'm a Canva graphic designer. So I feel like if you are looking to like really get things done, like logo and all of that, or you just need like a vision board or a starting point of where to start, then definitely go to a graphic designer. I will tag some down in the description box for you to check out, just a few that I follow on social media and things like that. So definitely check them out. If you guys are interested in joining our membership program and just having me curate graphics for your business or just post as your social media manager, definitely book a discovery call with me so I can get you guys signed up for the membership program. So definitely check out the membership program because I'm super excited to just help other entrepreneurs be on point with branding, marketing, and just consistently posting for their business. Definitely check that out today. Book your call if you're interested because I am ready to work with you guys, literally. So I will check you guys out in the next video. I love you guys so much. Peace.